Hello, it is a great pleasure to welcome you to Liberal Arts at Royal Holloway. Liberal Arts is an increasingly popular program that offers students the opportunity to explore a range of subject areas whilst encouraging interdisciplinary perspectives and problem-solving attitudes. It is a degree for creative and inquisitive individuals who have a wide range of interests and wish to tailor-make their degree according to those personal interests and passions. A recent addition to higher education in Britain, liberal arts has been on offer at Royal Holloway since 2015. We are particularly proud that Royal Holloway offers one of the most flexible liberal arts programs in the country, where students can choose out of 16 disciplines in the arts, humanities, and natural and social sciences. The flexible structure of our program means that there is a great deal of freedom of choice. Students must take one core course in all years and a language in their first year, which they can continue to study if they wish in their second and final year as an option. This means that half of their course in the first year and 3/4 of their second and final years can be used to take modules of their choice. With our liberal arts program, there is no need to specialize in any particular area. However, you can do so by taking 90 credits in a given subject across 3 years. This means that whichever subject you decide to specialize in, it will go in brackets next to your degree title. So your degree title will be something like BA Liberal Arts, and say you wish to specialize in history, then history will go in brackets next to that. So you will discuss your module choices with your personal tutor at the start of each year. And with them, you will define and identify a path of study. Your personal tutor will also direct you to the most appropriate sources of academic and pastoral support. Liberal arts can also be taken as a 4-year program with a language year abroad. For those of you who wish to study a language for the whole duration of your degree, or with an international year, for those of you who wish to spend 1 year at one of our partner universities. And we have links with institutions in the US, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, but also in European countries like Denmark and Finland, and many others. Where you will be able to study in English if you opted for the international year. Okay, moving on to taking a look at how your first year will look like. So you will be doing a core course, which in the first year is called Cultural Encounters, which is a module designed to provide a grounding in analytical, critical, and interdisciplinary skills by focusing on the idea of encounters. So you'll be looking at encounters between disciplines in the first instance, and will learn how to make connections between disciplines. But you will also learn how to make connections between theories and philosophies that have helped us make sense of our world. But also, you will also look at creative encounters by exploring the encounters between artists, their artworks, their audiences, and learn about how to showcase ideas and work. So together with that core course, you will also take a language, and we offer French, German, Italian, or Spanish at either native speaker, post A-level, or beginners levels. So the remaining half of your first year will consist of modules of your choice taken from the following list of subjects: classics, drama, English, history, media arts, languages, literatures and cultures, including comparative literature and culture and history of art, music, politics and international relations, philosophy, biology, economics, criminology and sociology, mathematics and psychology. So here is how the module choices will look like. So for instance, I'm going to mention one for each subject. So for instance, in languages, literatures and cultures, you will have international film contexts and practices. In English, you will have things like reorienting the novel. In history, Mao to Mandela, 20th century leaders of the Western world. In music, contemporary debates in music. Media arts, introduction to media practice. In politics, classic and contemporary readings in politics and international relations. In philosophy, introduction to modern philosophy. In classics, Roman literature of the empire. In drama, theatre and ideas. In criminology and sociology, you will get an introduction to both. In psychology, we get an introduction to abnormal psychology, for instance, and in economics, principles of economics. So moving on to the second and final year, again, you will have a core course, which in the second year is called Power and Dissent, and it builds on the skills acquired in LA 1000, Cultural Encounters, but it will focus more on how to combine creative and critical approaches to issues surrounding inequality and injustice. And especially, you'll be looking at the relationship between culture, art, and societal engagement. Whereas in the final year, your core course will be a dissertation of 8,000 words on a topic of your own choice. Now, in the second and final year, 3/4 of your courses can be used to take modules of your choice, as already mentioned. And again, on the slide, you have all the subjects available to you. So what will you gain from a liberal arts degree? Well, first of all, an interdisciplinary breadth of academic knowledge, as well as creative practice, which is also combined with specialization for those of you who wish to specialize. So, if any student wishes to focus most of their time on a specific discipline, it is possible to do so. You will also gain critical awareness about disciplines and disciplinary boundaries. And of course, with that, the ability to make connections between disciplines and to identify issues in interdisciplinary ways. You will gain excellence in communication, critical thinking, research, self-direction, and team working, as well as attitudes and skills for active participation as citizens in society, including international and intercultural understanding. You will gain intellectual curiosity, reflexivity, enhanced perspective taking. Most importantly, you will gain an open mind. And employers will value immensely these skills. And they will consider you as people who are adaptable, flexible, multifaceted, creative, and most importantly, that are critical and independent thinkers. So I hope that, although short, this presentation has given you an insight into the strengths and potentialities of this increasingly popular program. And if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact me at this email address. Thank you.